you're new here to my channel, my name is Tink, and today I thought we'd do a little exploring at the local zoo here. It's really cool. It's filled with like these creepy trees and like lagoon things going on. I've been there like once or twice before. I think so, yes. But I just thought it would be a fun little trip for us to take, and yeah, so I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. So we made it to the zoo. I'm super excited to be here. There's been a lot of reportings that people have seen like weird figures. They're either like misshapen humans, or some people say that they look like really big dogs. I've personally never seen any of these while I've been on my charades here, but I thought it would be a cool thing to kind of come explore, see if we can find any of these creepy looking creatures. Can you hear the geese? They are freaking upset about something, honey. But yeah, I just thought I would bring you guys along with me on this beautiful zoo adventure. Well, I didn't see any creepy creatures or anything like that. Apparently, the reason not a lot of animals are out either is because they've been getting attacked by something. So that kind of goes along with the superstitious, creepy looking figures. Unfortunately, I did not get to see any of that. But yeah, I'm just gonna head back to the car now and head on back home. Okay, so I've made it back to the car. Just going to put a couple of things in the back in there. Close that bad boy. And then we're going to shove that somewhere in there. And we'll be on our way back home. Alrighty guys, we have made it to the apartment. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I think that's it. That's all guys. I'll see you in my next video.
How adorable. You have your own sign-off.
Who's there?
Allow me to introduce myself. I go by many names, but the one you would know me best as is the infamous Mr. Boogeyman.
And from that moment on, my life changed forever. He told me about the Great Divide and how I lived near a tear in the realms, the human realm and the nether realm beneath us. He told me that this tear allows creatures and humans to pass back and forth between realms freely. Back in the nether realm, some inmates escaped from a high security prison. He was hired to recapture them, and he had tracked them back into the human realm.
I'm here to offer you a job position. If you come across any of these inmates, assuming you don't die immediately, I want you to capture them for me with these.
So I'm supposed to work for some stranger who just broke into my apartment and is going on about magical realms and creatures and has this whole galaxy outfit thing going on. I mean, work, honey, but it's just a lot to take in. Do you know what I mean? You sounding a little crazy, a little bit crazy. So I'm just going to give you back those, and I think it's time for you to leave.
Fine. Don't believe me. But take this as a souvenir. It might actually save your life one day. Not that you deserve it. Oh, and do check out the zoo sometime soon. I hear they've got some new attractions.
Which brings us back to this moment, where I undoubtedly needed new underwear, a blotting paper to reduce that sweat, girl, and I was just really hoping that Jesus would take the wheel.
So, want to reconsider?
So I already have my prop shirt on and I'm ready to become a criminal, girl. The first thing you're gonna want to do is shave off any peach fuzz you have that may come in contact with the Pros-Aide or liquid latex that you're going to use, because they will rip it out hair by hair. And then I'm just making sure my skin is as moisturized as possible to make the removal of those glues slightly less painful. It hurts a little bit, but not like the end of the world. Now, this is a skin texture I went for. I show you how I create this look later because I use the same techniques I used on my body on my face, so we will get to that in a minute, hunty. Now we are going to apply a pre-made bald cap wig thing. I show you how I create this in my props video along with all the other props that I used in this mini movie. So just apply the bald cap to your head, roll back the edges, and then I take the back of a paintbrush and dip it in the Pros-Aide and then evenly apply that across a sponge, and then I dab that all over my face on the areas that I want to glue down the bald cap. Once the bald cap is glued down, I do go over the edges with some liquid latex to make sure it blends into my skin perfectly. And then if you have any edges around your neck that aren't exactly flush, you can hide it with a little bit of werewolf hair, girl. And then of course I powder that liquid latex once it is dried to make sure it's not tacky. So now we're going to contour with this pink color because albinos do have a lot of pink in their skin. I used an albino gorilla reference photo. This is just the first layer of contour, so you can be a little bit messy with it. We are going to deepen it up in smaller sections with a gray eyeshadow later. I like to contour and paint my body before my face because I'm super excited about doing the makeup on my face, and if I do that first, then I'm like, meh, I don't really want to paint my body. And then it's not a complete look and I hate myself. So we're just getting it out of the way, and like I said, I'm just going in with that gray in smaller sections and deepening up that contour to make it really pop. Now I'm just applying Pros-Aide to the middle of my face where I'm going to apply my pre-made prosthetic, and again in my props video I show you how I make it. I'm not a professional by any means, but it's more of a just a this is how I did it so you can try it if you want type video. So now I'm just applying the Pros-Aide in small sections to make sure the prosthetic is as flat and secure to my face as possible, because the first time I did this makeup look, that did not happen. Did I tell you guys that I actually filmed this entire werewolf tutorial plus the skit scenes and then looked back at the footage and hated it all, so had to redo it? Yeah, that happened. It was awful, but I learned something. Once your prosthetic is attached, just go over the edges with some liquid latex again, just to blend it into your face, and then once that latex has dried, go over it with white or translucent powder just to make sure that it isn't tacky. Now I'm just going to use a foundation as a base for my prosthetic. Some people like to use Pax paint, which I believe is a mixture of Pros-Aide and paint, but I find dabbing on foundation works fine. Just don't swipe, or you can wipe some of the foundation off your prosthetic. Now I'm just taking a white face paint and a stipple sponge and dabbing that all over my face. This is really going to help create that skin texture that we have on our shoulders and on our bald cap. And then I'm going to go in, mix a pink and a brown and get this kind of dusty rose maroony color just to kind of show through, because that is like the albino palette is a little bit pinker. And then I'm gonna go in and add a bit of gray with the same technique, just because it is like an undead kind of looking werewolf, you know what I mean. And then I do also add a yellowy white foundation over top, and I keep mixing all these colors with the dabbing motion until I get the skin color that I want. Also remember to blend this into your bald cap and into your neck, and then I'm going to set it with a white powder just so it dulls the colors down and makes it more of a realistic skin texture rather than like shiny and bright. It's more matted and gross. Now we are going to take that same pinky blush color that we used to contour our body to contour our face. So we're going to do the eye sockets, the mouth wrinkles, the nose wrinkles, the forehead, and just get a really good outline of where we want all the shadows to go. So now again, I'm going back in with a gray and deepening up all of those sections, and then I also contour my face more because I wanted the werewolf to be very skinny and just like bony and sharp, all of those words. I also use multiple brushes here. I use a big fluffy brush for any eyeshadows that I want it to be diffused, and a smaller brush for where I want the pigment to be very concentrated. So I start deepening the eye sockets with a gray eyeshadow, and then that's not dark enough, so I go in and outline them with a gray face paint, and then over top of that I use a black eyeshadow just to make them really dark and sunken in, and I use a fluffy brush around the edges to really diffuse the black so that it's not like a super sharp line, so that it's a little bit more faded into the skin. So now I'm just continuing to use that black eyeshadow to deepen up the contours of my face to make them look really sunken in and just very striking. And then I'm going to take some Pros-Aid and then also some cotton balls dipped in liquid latex to adhere my ears. The cotton and liquid latex is behind the ears, giving it a little bit of support so that it like stands forward a bit more so you can see them just slightly more. Now using that same pink and brown mixture from earlier, I'm just dabbing that on my nose with a sponge and then brightening it up with a bit of light pink just to make the nose a little bit brighter, and then going in and just doing some overall final touches with the shadows and all of that good stuff. And then I do add some black liquid lipstick to my lips and then dab it out with my finger just to make the mouth look really gross and disgusting. And then I also created my own teeth. Yes, in my props video. Yes, go check it out. Yes, queen, yes. And this is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you guys so much for watching my NYX Face Awards entry video. If you guys liked this video, if you found it informative or entertaining or enjoyable in any way, shape, or form, please do me a huge favor and give it a big thumbs up. I worked so hard on this video to make sure it looked exactly how I wanted it to. There are small things here and there that I would change, but overall it is a 10 out of 10. Do recommend. Shout out to Graveyard Girl. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also check out my Instagram account, poison_productions. Leave me any questions or comments in the comment section below. And I think that's it. That's all, guys. I'll see you in my next video.